at 1731 Woodburn Avenue in Covington, Kentucky. We're doing a sanitary and lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, roof intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. Our access is the stack here with a little 2-inch hole drilled in it. It had a little, it's like a Duke access port that they put in to inspect. You can see there is the steps. So we're on the, if you're facing the house, we're on the left side of the stack on the left side of the house in the basement. So this should be clay underneath the floor, which it is. And it should be clay all the way out, based off the age of the house and everything. I'll make some immediate turns as we get in there. And clay is a good material as far as longevity. This lasts quite a long time, as long as the ground doesn't shift. The most common thing we see with clay lines is root intrusion. So just because there are joints about every 3 feet with clay, there are very short sections of pipe. Looks like there's a break here off to the left, unless that's something's coming in, but it looks like a break here off to the left. I will locate that when on my way back. That may be something, a break-in tap or something that somebody had added something, but it looks like it is broken. I don't think it's affecting flow at all, but we will mark it. That was about 25 feet or so. See, that's what I was talking about earlier, a break-in tab. You can see this up on the left, how somebody stuck a pipe right through the side of the line and added something, maybe a floor drain or something like that. A tiny bit of a belly there, nothing major, just a little bit of water. So hopefully we'll be able to see past that point. I think I'm pushing a piece of toilet paper or something on the front of the camera. Yeah. Looks like we have a little bit of cast iron that was installed. That's pretty strange. So there's a section of cast iron, and cast iron is known for this right here. You have build-up of toilet paper and stuff like that. I want to mention that you want to make sure that you don't use any kind of wet wipes or anything like that because of the cast iron. In this case, you can see the toilet paper is sitting there, but the toilet paper will disintegrate and then just the water will take it on down the line. With wet wipes, it will stay there and usually cause a backup. So it's not uncommon for there to be what we call soft clogs in cast iron, meaning, like I said, wet wipes and toilet paper, stuff like that gets built up in the line just because of how rough the line is. There are options like having a descaling done, but the descaling sometimes can be an issue because if the line is thin, then it can cause an issue where it can actually damage the pipe. Now it looks like we are diving here, and this may actually be a whole house trap. We'll see. Looks like I am diving straight down and going into, yep, it looks like I'm in a whole house trap here. We'll see if I can get through it, but usually I can't, or this is just a turn at the base of it. So we'll see if I can get this thing turning. I think it just turns flat. So I'm going to look around. I'm going to see if I can run some water in the stationary tub to help out, but I may not be able to get past this point due to all the turns and stuff in the line. So I'm going to pause the video and run some water. Okay, you can see we've been running some water. It's going through pretty well. We're just hoping that it'll help get the camera to go a little further. Huh. I'm wondering if this is actually at the main. I think this is. I think I'm actually looking down into the main. I'm going to pause the video, go get a locate, and verify that. But I think I'm looking into the main. So, again, I'm going to pause and locate. Alright. So, that is the main, which is wonderful. I'm not sure I was going to be able to make it all the way out. So I was able to inspect the entire line, which is great. And so now we're going to pull back and we're going to leave the water running. So that way we can see what hopefully we can get an idea of how well it's functioning. I didn't see anything, and again, like you can see in the bottom left hand corner, that was where that's the angle that the camera is at. So we're going to leave it running, flush the line out a little bit of that from that toilet paper and stuff. So the cast iron is definitely rough looking, but it all looks rough. I don't see any visual holes in it, but you will have to obviously pay attention to soft clogs, like I mentioned earlier. No wet wipes. Toilet paper will disintegrate in here and go down the line with the water, but the wet wipes will not, so just be aware of that. But the line, as ugly as it is functioning. You can see that looks like a wet wipe off there to the left, and it's just not going anywhere. So it's just something that you want to be aware of. So obviously this is ugly, and we never know how much life cast iron has left. Because you really can't see how thin or thick the walls of the pipe are. All you can do is see if there's visual or actual holes in it. Let's see a little more toilet paper here at this bend. Or wet wipes, it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, so it looks like the cast iron starts at about 40 to 41 feet here, right about here, out to the main, except for like the last foot. It was right around in here that we saw the broken pipe there, about 25 feet on the way out. And there we are there on the left. So we do have a broken pipe. It doesn't seem like it's affecting flow, but it will be something that may need to be addressed in the future. Or you could refer this to a licensed plumber to see what they feel about that situation, about whether or not this should be dug up right now or not. Obviously there's a break, but I'm going to pause the video again. We're going to locate exactly where this is, just so we know for reference and for a possible estimate. Okay, so I'm not going to mark it. It is in the basement floor, and it's literally right underneath where the water line comes in. It's 2'7" deep to the invert, and about 2'1", maybe 2 foot to the top of the pipe. And it looks like that water line was replaced at some point. It was probably lead or something, but there is some, looks like some concrete that's been broken up around where the water line comes in. So that may have been what did this. Just the work above it, and there is like a, because it is, you know, pretty damaged there, so they probably damaged it years ago and nobody knew anything about it, because nobody put a camera down it. But the rest of the line looks great, so and it's fully functional. It is not, and that break at 25 feet right now is not obstructing flow at all, but probably will need to be repaired at some point, especially if you start seeing signs of that part of the ground sinking or something like that in the basement. But right now it doesn't look like there's any problems, but again, I'm going to refer that to a licensed plumber for their opinion and possible estimate for repair. But overall the line looked pretty good. Again, the cast iron's ugly, but it always is. But it is functioning, and all the clay looked like it was really in really good shape, with the exception of that spot at 25 feet, which I think was damaged during some previous work on the water line. So I'm just going to recommend that have this video get evaluated by a licensed plumber to again give a quote or their opinion on the necessity of repair at that spot underneath the water line. And other than that, the line is open and flowing. So that'll end the inspection at 1731 Woodburn Avenue in Covington, Kentucky.